Welcome to Whiteboard Wednesday, another installment of communication tips that are going to help you to speak up and communicate with more confidence and impact. Now, the question that we're tackling today is why clarity is key for every presentation. So it's a question, but it's also a tip in the sense of why keeping things simple is the best way to go when you're preparing for presentations, you're delivering meeting updates, even pitching your business. Keeping it simple is really key. And that's what I've got on the classic magic whiteboard today, testing the art skills. If you've tried to draw a key in your time, that was an interesting moment, but this is it. Clarity is key, hashtag simplicity. It's like a rhyme, a little song that we can make out of that. But this is what we're talking about today. Now, I work with a lot of clients building up to pitches and presentations. And often the reason why we are presenting on a particular topic is because we know it pretty well. Now, what we need to realise is that our audience might not have the same level of knowledge. That's why they're listening to us or they want to hear what we have to say. So remember to use language that's going to be really simple, really easy to understand. It might feel like you're really stripping back your language and your presentations, but a really key question that you might have heard before is almost asking yourself, if I said this to a 14-year-old, for example, would they understand what I'm talking about? Now, that's not to say that we're patronising our audience. It's to make sure we're checking in that our language is really clear, our language is simple and easy to understand, so that our audience can really take in and get the point of our presentation. So keeping it simple, keeping it really clear. Go back to presentations, especially if you're drafting pitch scripts, for example. Does everyone know what you're going to be talking about? Are you using terminology and examples that your audience are going to understand? If there's a slight risk they might not, then think about how you can change it and make it more simple. The other technique to do, really easy, get some feedback. Think about talking to colleagues, to peers, people that are going to give you genuine constructive feedback on your presentation content, especially just checking in, does that make sense? Does this make sense to you? Does the language that I'm using, is it understandable? So that's the really quick tip today, something that sounds simple, but sometimes it isn't, especially when we're wrapped up in the topic that we're speaking about. So remember that clarity is key for every presentation. Keep it simple. Get some feedback to check in if you want that clarification, you want that reassurance that your language works and it lands with your audience. That's going to make it much more impactful because the purpose of your presentation is going to be really key. Your audience will go away knowing exactly what you wanted them to get from that presentation. So keep it simple, keep it really clear. That's the communication tip today. If you found this video useful, check out even more ways to upgrade your impact by subscribing to my YouTube channel.